Today is Thursday, April 7th. All cleaned out, switching back to Liberty beans. Moving up the Flat Rock area. It's about 20 miles, not a bad run at all, but you can see how dark it looks. We only had 1/10 of an inch last night. There's another rain coming at us. But I don't think it's going to rain up there, but this may be a fruitless trip, but I can't sit and wait. So I'm going to drive ahead up there, get up where it rains, do something different. Well, I got a message that speed belt had quit running on number 4, so come back here, took this off, pulled the speed belt out, got a stalk stop in the bottom, stuck. Still all pretty new to me, this planter. Let's pull that out. Hopefully everything keeps working. We'll put this back in here, plug it in. Oh no, it still don't run. I may have to reset something in the there it goes. All right, we're good. She's running again now. How about that? It's in good shape. Flattening the ground again that was tilled in the fall lightly with speed tiller. Looks about perfect. Yep. Yep. All right, I think we're where we want to be. We'll try her again, get our problem fixed. Well, it's 9 o'clock. I didn't know whether to go today or not. Sprinkling around when I left on the way up. Got up here to the Rollings farm here at Flat Rock. Turned out to be a pretty nice day. Got the beans done there on that farm, a couple hundred acres. Had one little problem, pin broke, or pin come out on my closing wheels and broke the air cylinder off the end, so George went and got me a part, brought it up, fixed that. All in all, good day. Well, today's April 9th. I went up to Wiseman's field we call King, did it this morning. Come back, filled up, went up and did Wiseman's Jody Lynn. Now I'm here on the bin field at Brown's. The more I use the planter, the more I like it. I think I know what I'm going to do with the tracks now. I'm going to try to put another outlet on them with a valve so I can tweak that going through the field if I want to before they come up with a software fix, so I can move them one way or the other and get my butt rows just right all the time. So anyway, comes the rain, I'm going to do that. As you can see, the clouds are starting to roll in. This is also a year that first time that we had the opportunity to buy an early plant option for soybeans instead of April 15th or 20th. You can pay some more, and your crop insurance was good for replant after April 1st, starting April 1st. Here it is the 9th. We've already got over 1,600 acres of beans planted. Something goes haywire, they are covered by crop insurance to pay for the replant part. So that was a good option to take this year. We'll thank our crop insurance man, Ben. Really getting dark here. I've got the prison lights on. It's getting so dark. Lightning. I'm going to run up and put the rest of my beans in so I can run my truck out and put the cover on the hopper. So I have a place to run my planter in as soon as it starts pouring here in about 15 minutes. Well, it never did rain on me. I got the bin field done. Sprinkling just a little bit. That one rain went to the southeast of me. It rained at Flat Rock. Couldn't have been yesterday. I'd have got rained out where I was planting. And I think this last rain went just north of me. So it's probably raining up there at Wiseman's field, Jody Lynn, where I planted about 4 hours ago. So pretty well lucked out.
Now we are on the way in from Lucan Township, working some of this dirt twice for the planter guy. Grease, because planter guy said it was too rough. So we had to do it twice. Some of it twice. Anyway, get drizzled, rained out. So we're on the way in. I brought Ellie with me. She passed out. So there she is. Just dead to the world, zonked out. She made it a couple hours. Well, here we go. Meet in the car. Better get off here.
Okay, made it to Indiana. Unhooked the 475 Case IH speed tiller. Hooked up the Soil Warrior to the quad that was on the speed tiller. Got the Soil Warrior unfolded. Got the weight picked up with the forklift, all to weld this little weld plate, wear plate in here. Lost it. Gonna do some grinding, then weld it in. Unhooked all the electronics so don't mess them up. Unhook the battery. This whole thing here is to help keep from wearing on this, because the Soil Warrior has implement steer. There was a GPS receiver there, so it would follow the tractor better that way. This steers and that steers, and where this moves has this wear plate, so it wears it out instead of the tongue. But anyways, last fall had one of these pins pop off on the cylinder. I think when that happened, that probably broke the welds on the wear plate and lost it too. So didn't realize that. Gonna weld that on before they take it down the road Monday. So. Definitely not a professional job. She's on. Sunday. Got rained out 2 to 3 tenths depending on where you're at. So me, Tripp, and Sienna are going mushroom hunting. On the way we decided to stop, look at a field. And that one ain't up yet, is spiking through. Another few days, be able to row it. But it looks even better out here. Look at there. She's spiking. Got some pretty good spacing right here. Looks like they're all coming up about the same time, which what you want. Another few days, we'll be able to row it. Gonna be a cool week though, so not gonna be a lot of GDUs for growing, but grow baby grow. Monday. Still a little wet, doing some things, delivering some corn to a neighboring farmer that buys off of us. Some stuff he had, a few bags, 27 bags waiting to come in that finally came in last week. So get those delivered while it's wet. Then got another farmer, I'm gonna take the last of his that didn't come in until last week, and then go scout, see if we can plant this afternoon or not. Well, depending where you're at, we got anywhere from 3 tenths to 7 tenths of rain. Rain more in the north where Dad's planting, so he's out for at least 2 days, I think. The sun's out, wind's blowing. Decently warm today. I think it's supposed to get 70. I might be able to go this afternoon, but probably just be better to wait till tomorrow. Maybe get some stuff done at the farm that I need to get done. Hit it tomorrow morning. Made it back from scouting. Let's go see what Jay and David are up to in the shop.
Well, I ain't going to hit the scrapers.
How's this going? What are we doing? Why are we doing it?
bearing out now in the middle bearing hanger. I've already thrown it away.
You already threw it away?
I threw the evidence away.
Yeah, that's okay. We believe you.
It was not good.
I doubt you're doing this just for fun, because it don't look very fun.
No. Well, Jay's done most of it.
Well, good job, Jay.
Just a little bit. Yeah, you had her basically all apart. I'm just helping go back together. Yeah, but...
Merch team, if you have any beef with their merchandise, right here. Anyways, I'll let the sweatshop get back to it in here. Well, in the process of calibrating, we usually put on, they don't have a label on it. So this 80-20 graphite blend just to make the seed flow through the planter better. And Fredesian's got this new thing here that we're just gonna try out. It is graphite as well, but it also got some micronutrients in there, mostly some sulfur and some moly. Get it, coat the seed, and it's supposed to make it come up better and yield better, but we'll see. We're gonna test it, but first I got to calibrate my plier here that I got on my 101st seed tender, so I get the right amount on. So you can adjust the rate. I'm gonna adjust it to how I usually put it, and for this to put on the right amount, I'm gonna need at least twice as much of that, actually a little over that. So, calibrating. According to that, I need that much for every box. The core one's calibrated. I'll go calibrate Dad's, which only takes half that much for beans. All right, his all set up too. Things I do for that guy, I tell you. Jay's cleaning up the seed shed, burn bags. Garrett's getting ready to go in the sprayer. He was able to get back to the field yesterday afternoon. And I'm heading back to the field this morning. Probably could have went yesterday afternoon, but waited till this morning, and then it sprinkled a little bit last night. Not much, but enough to just... I'm just now heading to the field. It's 9 o'clock, still getting an early start, so... No chance of rain for a while, so... time to knock out some acres.
There's the big blue Pete. She's back. Already made one load, getting ready to make a second load. We figured out the problem. We got it fixed. All we had to do is change drivers. Who knew it would be that simple? There's a look across to the countryside, coming out of the farm. Things change pretty quick in the spring. Quite a bit of that's planted. Looking pretty good. It's early April still, 13th, and a lot of stuff looking around. So we're off to a roaring start.
Well, I got down here this morning, it was still a little sticky, so I didn't get going until after lunch, but I had an early lunch. But man, going good now. I am going behind where the Case IH 375 speed tiller and our John Deere mulch finisher hit it a second pass. It is smooth. I'm able to plant 11 mile an hour, no problem. And I'm even going up a good sized hill here, which I've noticed before you can't really tell on the GoPros, but I got 48 knives through my concealed gauge well, 700 gallons of liquid in, probably about half full of seed right now, and I'm going up this hill 11 mile an hour, no problem. So props to all 380 of these Case ponies on this Case IH Magnum. Pretty impressed. Well, 2,100 acres in. I think I finally got something to buy my hopper block and hoses, so finally show you why we like this option so much. Got two of them there, not getting seed to them. Let's see. I think it's this one. Right here. Hopper up. Slide in, block off the rest of the hopper so the corn don't fall out. See if we can find something. Gonna turn the blower back on, see if I got seed in the rows that didn't have seed to them earlier. I can hear it filling up. It had no seed in it, that's why I wasn't planting. Took that door off, cleaned it out, didn't see anything. Something must have fell out, probably something really little. You got seed in her now. Big advantage. Huge.
I was up at Robson Saturday planting beans. Got rained out. It's still too wet up there. It rained more there. So I'm going to wait till tomorrow, hopefully Wednesday, go up there. So I'm over in Indiana running a speed tiller where we ran it last fall. This ground was a little bit wet last fall. I come over here, they've been running it, and I'd emphasized that you're supposed to run the back a little deeper than the front. I had it too deep. It's making it come up cloddy. There's nothing in this ground. It's, as you can see, clean as a pin. Had canopy on it. It's just too rough to plant in. Or I've been doing that all over in Illinois, but this was speed tilled last fall when it was a lot wetter, and it's just way too rough. But now I got the back end back out, so it's not too deep. And it's coming up looking real nice. So this will plant really good. So we're going to have to run the speed tiller over all the ground in Indiana that's been speed tilled in the fall or ripped. This has got canopy on, like I say. We're probably losing the effect of the canopy now, but tearing it up, but it's already clean the pin, so we'll be putting more on as soon as we get ready to plant here. And we could be planting over here, but I'm going to wait and move after I get done up at Robson. Go down to Allendale and then over here. Just worked some of it up, getting her in good shape, getting her ready to go. Just looking good. I'm worried pull 11 mile an hour now. When I got here, the way it was set, didn't pull near that fast, but I had a lot more experience with this thing last fall than anybody else. Not that I know how to set it, but I think I know how to set it.
Thursday. Just living life a little mile an hour when I can. There's been some lot of small fields west of the farm here. Knock these out. Been a good day. Got David up there. He is installing a fuel tank on the Titanic. Not sure how big a one he got. Somewhere between 100 and 150 gallons, I believe. Really like this tractor. I'll go through why I like it in a different episode, more in depth. But it needs a bigger fuel tank, that's why I won't complain. Heading in, first breakdown season. Well, I've been worried about this. I'm loving this whole setup, but I got the 3-point up as high as it can go, the cylinders up as high as it goes. Sometimes coming in and out of a field, it's just too much. And you're folded up and dragging these. I go as close as I can go. I don't know what else to do. But if a bent this closing disc, I could see it wasn't closing right even in the dark. And I noticed this one's bent too. So, I think we got some. Put them on. Not a big breakdown, but a breakdown. Get these changed and hopefully they look good. It's not the arms, it's just the disc, and get back at it tomorrow. Well, I was afraid of this. Ain't the blade. It's this cast piece is part, or that's bent. So we don't have one of those. Hopefully H&R's got one. I'll go get it in the morning. All right, got them on. Look much better. George and David, while I was going getting parts this morning, I screwed these in right here, so my 3 points just a little bit higher, so that should help it not drag as much. Yeah, get back after it. Fill up depth, fill up fuel, go plant. Thought I'd just show you this screen. This feels a good, I'm always talking about how much tests we do this year and last year, because we do a lot. I mean, read different tests and listen to different people, but you just learn so much by doing it yourself. No matter how many tests you do, if you don't get it inputted, you won't get the data. It don't amount to nothing. So I'm just going to show you how many different things we're testing this one field. Always input them in the iPad and in the Case Pro 700. So the combine will know where it is and we know where it is, but we got 2 different hybrids against each other. We got a population test with 4 different populations for Pioneer here. Then we got the same hybrid here, but it has just regular graphite versus some graphite that has micronutrients in it. That's supposed to make it come out of the ground faster and yield better. So put all that in so it's easy to collect in the fall, and hopefully we can learn something. In a place we call the Bridgeport Farm, it's close to the town of Bridgeport. Showing off new addition to the Titanic here, the 100-gallon fuel tank. Which now turns the Magnum's 160-gallon fuel tank into a 260, which is about what it needs, because now I don't have to have somebody run me fuel. Thanks, Dave, for putting it on. I am now self-sufficient.
Got all Robson all done up there, Flat Rock area, Rollings Farm, Cummins Farm, all that stuff's done. Brown for beans. Garrett Reese is headed up there now to plant corn. I went back down to Chivy Hill this morning to where the rye's at. Going to no-till into it. Looks a lot better to plant into now. It's dry, but it is dead. We sprayed it, it's died. We're ready to plant into it. The ground's good and dry down here. So we'll give her a whirl and see how she goes today. And we got a little problem. Self-inflicted. It's the engine bores turning. Too hard. Knocked the car off the rim. Didn't realize it. Went ahead to fold up. And I got a bent rim, but I got a spare. We gotta get this off. I think it's all okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and let it head down. See if we can get this enough to get it changed. There. Now, might as well dig a hole bigger. Oh God, yes. Oh, that's hard. Well, we got the tar fixed. Everything's going good. The thing worries me now is the spare we had was out of air. He went out and shed and got it. It was that way this winter when it's new, so we took it back to our place and put sealer on it. Cleaned the rim a little more. Figured that would do it. I'm hoping just this running an old C-tap bead, it'll stay up. We're going to have another spare back about 3 o'clock or so, not until then though, but hopefully this stays together, because if it leaks on the bead, then I'll put the other on, I'm going to have a spare again. So, hope for the best. On Chivy Hill, still on the ride. And I don't know if I've mentioned it, but we got the track problem fixed. They put a new program in the planter, and that seems to have fixed everything. It lines itself up now when you pick it up at the ends, and it gets off a little bit. So I just have to say, if you ever buy one of these heavy implanters, be sure it gets tracked. They really float. They really work good. Glad we got them. I guess now's as good a time as any for me to address a question that we've been asked a lot of times on the YouTube channel, and the replies is, why are we using the 620 quad instead of the 500 road track for beans? First thing, you're going to be planting in a track anyway, the 15-inch rows. The quad has a 30-inch track. The new road track has a 21. So I'd say per square inch, I got maybe a little less compaction to plant in on this 620. But that's not the reason. The reason is we had enough done ahead of time. We thought we could get by the two 620s working ground, the 500 working some ground with a 45-foot field finisher to fill in when needed, which we have, and it's worked very well for that. But the main reason is we figured we would be starting to side dress before we ever got done planting beans. And the way it's looking now, that may not happen. It's dry, it's big as much as got done, and it still could very easily. But we thought that way we'd have the 620 on the bean planter, everything set up going, not have to get it back on the 500, get everything changed around. We can go ahead and get the 500 on the side dress bar here in just a few days and have it ready to roll whenever we want to go with it. So that's the main reason, just for convenience later down the road. So I hope that answers everybody's question. Wish we had another road track to plant corn with. We don't have a 3-point on this one, but the front wheel system, the 380 is doing real good. It's got a lot of power. So it's working out great what we're doing. The thing I want to make perfectly clear on this planter now is these tracks. They put the new software in and they're doing great. They're staying lined up good. They do go back to center at the ends. And so I haven't had to mess with them much. Either that or they just, we bled them out more, you know, full left and hold the lever, full right and hold the lever. I do that a couple times a day when I'm changing fields or something when I get there. Maybe that's what's done it, but if you're buying a big heavy planter like this, my recommendation is don't even think about it without the track.
Made it to Robinson. I got all planned around home and everywhere in between here and there. Might be able to do this in 2 days, 2.5 days up here, and I'll be done in Illinois. Greasing up the planter right now. It's a little rain on the radar, but super light. Dad's done in Illinois everything but the seed beans, which Pioneer, they don't want you planting until May because of germination issues when you plant early beans. We've always found that April beans yield more than May beans, at least 8-9 times out of 10, but they, I guess it messes with the germ when you plant them this early when it's cold. So Dad's over in Indiana now. Jay should be going to Indiana now too. He got done working ground up here yesterday, so, and we should be over the halfway mark total planted acres after today. So it's been a fast, dry spring. It's been really nice. I mean, it's cold. It's cold. I'd like for it to be warmer, but soil conditions are great. It's April, so we're putting it in the ground. We've all been in different places, so I haven't seen anybody else in the fields close to me, but every once in a while you get super close. I feel big and fast in this planter, but next to this guy I feel small and slow. Should have cleaned my window off before I busted the camera out. He's spraying a residual herbicide on this on this that I'm planting, so keep weeds from coming up for a while. Remember that tile I fixed a few episodes back? Well, there's a wet hole in this field. Always sat in water. It's not sitting in water now. Hole's fixed. Well, YouTube, sun's setting on another week, at least for you guys. Started out a little wet. Once we got going, it's been good and productive week. Still cold. There is a chance of it getting below freezing on Tuesday night. We got some beans up, so that's a little worrisome. Corn will be fine. Everything that's not up will be fine. You gotta worry about the growing point getting froze. What you gotta worry about, corn, it'll get up like 5 leaves off of it. But beans, when they come up, open up, then that growing point is exposed. So that's why we're a little bit more worried about them than everything else. But we don't have very many up, just a little bit. I just talked to Dad. He now has 2,800 acres planted, and I got, what do I have? 3,700 acres planted, so good progress. Do all the math on what percentage we are done in the progress report there at the end. But as always, thanks for watching. If you want to get your Ivers Farms merch, go to Ivers-Farms at myshopify.com. See you next week.